Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Paul Webb, and I'm the founder of B2B Energy, and I'm your host regarding this YouTube channel. And today I'm going to speak to you about energy management systems and how to set up an energy management system. And it's a very simple process. And what we do, we rely on the 4Rs, which are review, realign, reduce, and report. And if we take those 4 principles, we can actually use them 4 principles to implement a very concise energy management system for an organization. Now, I'm currently doing one in London where I'm working with the organization. And the first thing I've asked for is to look and to review all their bills. And they've given me access to their portal. So it's around 7 properties, commercial buildings in the city. And I've now got access to their gas, electricity, and their water. So don't forget, we always incorporate their water into this process. Over the next 2 weeks, what I'm going to be doing is collating that information, populating a database so we can review all those bills. Now, currently, what the client has is a big folder full of all these different bills. How can you review that? We're going to put it into a database so we can review and analyze what energy has been procured regarding the meters, how it's been procured, who are the suppliers, what are the unit rates, are we getting the best within those areas? Whilst we do that, we're actually going to then put that information, the consumption information, and populate a database which will actually help us build a dashboard. Now that dashboard is very valuable because we're going to be using that dashboard on a monthly basis and working with the organization to monitor their energy going forward. So remember, we just had the folder of bills originally. Now we're going to put all those bills into a database and then populate a dashboard. The client will be now able to actually look at the trends of their energy going forward. So that's valuable. That's the first step. And that then goes into our monthly review that we will sit down with the organization to go through. And that's part of the agenda. The next section is realign. Now that is where we take the bills and we start to realign the contracts, we start realigning the buildings, and then we start to do an energy assessment. But us doing the energy assessment then starts to build even more knowledge. And we're going to sort of drag the review where we're going to review the buildings even in more detail, but we start to realign. The realign side is where we start looking at the low-hanging fruit whilst we're walking around these buildings. Because whilst we're doing these assessments and the realignment side, that is where we start to build an action plan. Now the action plan will have no cost, which is the low-hanging fruit, medium cost, and it also have the capital cost opportunities for us to focus on. Now by us building all those action plans, again, that goes into the monthly meeting. So remember, we've got the dashboard, now we've got the action plan that we're going to be reviewing. Once we've done the review, the realign, we then start to looking at reduce. Now the reduce element of this is where we start to focus on the action plans and actually making those action plans real and actually delivering them. So we'll focus on the no cost, low hanging fruit, getting those addressed. Then we focus on the medium cost, then the action plans. This is all starting to build our monthly meeting. And then lastly, we're then going to build on the report. Now, based on all the information we've started collecting, we can then start to report back. So we can report back all the assessments, we can report back all the assets, we can report back the consumption we're actually using, and then the actions that have been going forward regarding the action plan. So you can see we've followed the 4 principles of energy management: review, realign, reduce, and report. I'm available anytime to speak about this in more detail. please message me down below in the comments. Please subscribe, because we're going to be doing this on a regular basis. I've got a whole big list of how can we help you as an organization or an energy expert deliver energy management and manage an organization's third largest expense. Thank you very much. And that leaves me with one more thing to say. Please, you and your family, stay safe in these times.